Okay, here we go. Oh, he's coming at me.
This guy's like pointing to his ear. Oh, he's listening to something.
So who is this guy?
I don't know.
He's got a visor on.
Visine.
Hey guys, it's DT. Welcome back to another big unboxing video. So recently I opened up the Sideshow Cyclops premium format figure, and as promised, today we are going to compare him with this guy. This is the XM Studios quarter scale Cyclops. So I originally passed on this piece. I let my wallet do the talking and I went for the cheaper statue. And after seeing all the positive reviews on this guy, I decided to pull the trigger, and here he is. So today we're gonna open this up, take a look at everything, and put him head to head against the Sideshow Cyclops. I also thought it'd be interesting if we brought in the family and they gave us their thoughts as well. Let's open it up. We got a nice sized box here. They were able to fit everything in one box, which is always nice. We have our XM assemblage handbook. It's full color pictures and instructions. Looks like we get an art print, and we actually get two because this is the A and B version. So two really nice prints. Here's our big black box. Let's get it open. Let's see what we have. Okay guys, and here's what you get. I'm gonna turn it around for you guys. So we've got two different torsos, some legs, two different portraits, the base, and we also get a stand for the second torso. Let's take a look at this. So this is kind of a Sentinel themed base. We've got parts of a Sentinel here. You can see the purple and blue, and we can see there's some pieces that we have to key in there. They're all color coded. Very similar to the rock base that we saw on the Hulkbuster. This is the version A torso, where he's got his fingers up to his visor. We've got some nice texture going on there on the sides, some nice panel lines in there. And I believe you can only put the portrait on its respective torso. So version B portrait is only for version B torso. So unlike the Sideshow one, the visors here are non-removable. They are a nice gold color. And the cool thing about this is you can remove his hair, and inside there is a little compartment for batteries, and he actually has a light up where his visor lights up. Kind of an interesting look right here. Let's take a look at the version B torso, and this one he is looking up to the sky, screaming. So it's just his pose that's different. His costume is the same. And let's slap that portrait on there. There it is. Very enraged. We also get a nice stand so we can display the torso that's not being displayed with the body. Pretty cool. I wish they included those more often. Here's a look at his lower body. We've got the same nice texturing on his mid leg. Some really fine details in the boots. He's got a key and peg on his left foot. Nice yellow undies. Now we also get some little pieces for the back of the base. The paint and detail on those look really nice. You get a bunch of these X's. Looks like they're made out of metal, and that's pretty much everything we got. So let's go ahead and put this guy together. Oh, and I was putting this back together, and I noticed something in the lid here. Almost forgot about that. And we've seen this before in the Batman Shogun piece that I showed you. The limited edition card. So this is statue number 890, card 270. And it's got a little stand here in the back so we can display it in front of Cyclops or on a desk or whatever. Okay guys, so here we have all our pieces. We've got the base right here. It's not a huge base, but it is quite a bit bigger than the Sideshow base. I'm just gonna start off by putting Cyclops in. There's a little bit of felt pad I didn't show you guys on the bottom of his feet. The bottoms of his feet are pretty flat otherwise. So that's just gonna key in here. And his other foot just rests on this big piece of concrete. Let's go ahead and stick version A on. Just like that. And let's see if we can figure out these little pieces on the bottom. Okay, and here's a look at the XM Cyclops. so Cyclops, aka Scott Summers, first appeared in X-Men #1 in 1963. He's best known for being the leader of the X-Men with the ability to fire Optic Blast from his eyes. And the only way to harness this powerful energy is with the ruby quartz visor designed by Professor X. Okay, so here we have the Sideshow Cyclops. It's time to put these guys head to head. If you're on a budget and price is your determining factor, the obvious choice for anyone in the US is to pick this guy right here. So after shipping and taxes, the XM piece is likely to cost you almost twice what this guy costs. Now that's if you're in the US. If you're in Asia, that might be reversed. So we're not going to pay too much attention to price in this comparison and mainly focus on aesthetics. Also, if you're looking for the most comic or cartoon accurate statue out of these two, the Sideshow wins again. The designs are very similar to the original 90s designs by Jim Lee and also the ones featured in the X-Men animated series. Personally, I don't mind if studios stray from their original designs as long as the changes are justified and the look doesn't compromise the essence of the character. Okay, let's start off by comparing the bases. So we have two very different concepts here. Both are battle scenes, but here in the XM we have an industrial rubble type base and the Sideshow with a snowy rocky base. There's definitely a lot more to look at with the XM, with all these sentinel pieces scattered about, the broken up sidewalk, and this little tower in the back that's been recently burned through, presumably by Cyclops' Optic Blast. The Sideshow piece also features the results of an Optic Blast in the form of this fiery cut down the middle, but in this category, my pick is the XM. Just some amazing detail on the scratches and wear on the Sentinel, to the paint on the structure and the broken concrete. So the snow on this guy was meant to go along with the other Sideshow premium formats with snowy bases. But as I mentioned in that review, the snow color and texture is very different on all three of those pieces, and they don't completely match up, which kind of defeats the purpose. Next, let's take a look at the boots. So without a doubt, XM takes it. It's got texture throughout with some excellent paint work. We've got a two-tone look going on with the brown soles, and the metal buttons and buckles are a nice addition. Switching over to the Sideshow, it's got some cool line details in there with some texture towards the bottom, but overall it looks extremely plain next to the boots on the XM. The only thing I would have liked to see is some tread on the sole of the right foot of the XM piece, since it is visible. The Sideshow does have some nice detail there, but not enough to change my mind in this category. Moving on to the legs. The XM has a nice combination of texture and smooth elements, good muscle shape and definition, and some great paint on both the blue and yellow areas. The Sideshow is comparable in muscularity, but again fails in comparison to the amount of detail put into the suit and paint. When looking at the two side by side, the Sideshow comes off looking really flat. I think some extra paint work would do wonders for this piece. Pretty much the same when it comes to the upper body. I do, however, prefer the texture and paint on the pouches on the Sideshow. On the XM, I would have preferred a lighter shadow to be used to accentuate the lines. The black and yellow is just a little bit too strong of a contrast. I think if they gave it a similar treatment as the boots, it would look a lot more natural and not as jarring. Although I like the color and texture on the Sideshow pouches, I do feel that there are too many or they're too big, and they kind of compromise Cyclops' physique. Now speaking of physique, these guys are both very muscular, but I think the proportions on the XM are more in line with what I'd expect Cyclops to look like in real life. So I have my trusty Jim Lee trading card right here, and it says that 1990s Scott Summers is 6 foot 3 inches tall and weighs 175 pounds. And I've seen other sources say that he weighs as much as 195 pounds. In any event, to be a muscular 6'3" guy under 200 pounds, you'd have to be pretty lean and have more of a long and lanky look. The XM here has a more slender appearance in his midsection, as well as in his back and forearms, while the Sideshow has a shorter, stockier look. And the fact that he's bent over doesn't help. So for overall body proportions, again, I have to give it to the XM. The hands on the Sideshow have a nice dirt effect going on with similar lines and knuckle padding, but when you look at the finger and paint details on the XM, there's really no question who wins this round. The Sideshow also has veins showing through the suit, which really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay, so now we come to the portraits, and we get 2 from each studio. And although I like the hairstyle better on the XM, I think the Sideshow did a great job with the intricate hair details. You do get 3 visor options with the Sideshow, while the XM offers a light up feature. The XM also has a gold visor, while the Sideshow has a more classic yellow visor. So I'm gonna have to give them a tie in this area, as there are things I love about both. The paint and sculpt is very comparable between the face sculpts, but I might have to give Sideshow a slight edge when it comes to the contouring. I do like the shape of the mouth more on the Sideshow. They really got that angry scream down, but the XM does have a glossy coat on his tongue to give it that wet look, with no such effort on the Sideshow. Lastly, and probably most important, is the pose. I feel like no matter how great the details are, the pose can kill the entire piece. And the fact that you get 2 different poses to choose from with the XM already gives it a slight advantage. But I think that either of these poses beats the one here on the Sideshow. And like I mentioned in my review of this guy, the right arm throws this whole piece off for me. If you can justify this right arm, leave me a comment down below and tell me why his arm is like this. It looks like he's mad, it sort of looks like he's throwing a punch, but not quite. My guess is that they didn't want it to look exactly like the Wolverine Premium format, so they kind of just pulled his arm back and raised it up a little bit. But in doing so, I think it just throws off the balance, especially from head on. So here we have pose B, and even though he is leaning a little to one side, I much prefer the more symmetrical look of the XM. Okay guys, so those are my thoughts. I definitely think that the XM piece comes out on top when it comes to overall appearance, but I don't want to leave you with just my opinion, so we're gonna bring in the gang and give you guys some non-collector perspective.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so one's bigger than the other. That's my first impression, but I'm gonna turn him around. Oh, he's coming at me.
What is this? These are scary. They're like wearing the same thing.
Well, it's the same guy.
Oh, it is?
Woo, what's behind? Oh, am I supposed to know who this is? Wow, nice glasses. Oh,
This looks pretty cool. They're both like leaning towards me. They're being quite aggressive. Here's the thing, I like how this one's colored a lot more. It's more like not as realistic. Like this is more like cartoony. But this one, he has a way cooler pose because he's doing this little, but this guy's just like,
I like that this one has a lot of detail, and I also like the base. The base is really cool on this one. I like the hair, how it's like very detailed and like very like realistic, I guess. I don't know. And then his costume, he has a lot of bump abs. I don't know what that is.
this guy's like pointing to his ear. Oh, he's listening to something. That's what it is. Those are like earphones or something. This guy just looks like he's gonna kill me. The statue itself is cooler too. It's got more going on. What is going on here? It looks like broken spaceship parts, or I don't even know.
his thing that he's standing on is way cooler too. I think this one looks better because of the I don't know, it just looks better. This one, it's like too detailed for me. But it has a better thing to stand on and a better pose.
But oh my god. What the What? Oh my god. It's like fire coming out of his face.
Okay, that's even scarier. It's like not only is he gonna punch me with his mouth open screaming, but he's got some kind of fire or lava coming out of his eyes. So yeah, no.
This, with the laser stuff, that looks cooler. That looks cooler than just like the normal visor.
Whoa! Whoa. I like this better. The blast. Because it's going on your face.
Toupee! Now that's cool. His eyes light up for his glasses.
Love that.
Okay, that doesn't really change anything for me. He's literally just doing the exact same pose but more up.
You don't like that pose?
I don't like that pose.
So you like less detail?
Yeah, less detail is better because then it looks more like a comic book or it just looks simpler.
Whoa, I like the mouth, the teeth. His is shinier.
What's he yelling about? This pose is more interesting, more action going on. So I think I like this one better. What do you do? Push it. Oh yeah.
It's better to look at this one than to look at this one because there's too much. Too much. Well, this doesn't look like smoke at all and it really just looks puny. This looks like another part of his visor, like a little antenna looking thing. I don't know, it makes him look weak. It makes him look like that his blast just did a little boop.
I like the cool like burn mark here. It looks good.
Well, if he cut that, that gives him some extra brownie points because that makes it cooler. Like he did that.
And I also like the little symbol better because his is just like a box with an X. His is like a weird X-y shaped thing.
This seems a little bit more vibrant with some darker shading in here. This black shading makes it look like there's more depth going on. And And I don't really see that on this guy. It looks a little more, I don't know, cheap.
He is cheaper.
He looks cheaper.
Oh, I don't like this one because like his shoes look dirty, his pants look dirty. Like this one's more clean. This guy looked a bit cleaner like that one, and had this over his eyes, he would be like 10 times better. Overall, I vote for this one.
Overall, my pick is this one.
My definite pick would be this guy.
So who is this guy?
I don't know.
He's got a visor on.
Visor.
What is a creature with one eye called?
There wasn't one. We're flying purple people. Oh, Cyclone. No, Cyclops.
All right, so he looks like this guy.
Yeah. They have like almost the same suit, like the same colors. And then he also has that same little X symbol.
Do you think these guys could be related to each other?
Their nose kind of looks similar-ish. They both have like a I guess so, maybe.
What do you think their relationship is?
Wait! That guy has gray hair. Is he him? He is his dad. No.
No.
He is his dad.
Yeah.
Wait, really? What the? He is his dad. Dude looks good. How old is he? That dude looks old. He looks like grandpa. How is that even possible? Wait. And also, why is there like a hand that's holding it under his legs?
That's Deadpool. So the blue things are portals. So he actually comes from the future. That's why he's older. That's sort of his mom.
What?
It's not actually her because she died,
What? What?
but they made a clone of her. And the clone is Cable's mom. She kind of adopted him when she came back to life.
The whole family up in here.
Yeah, it gets kind of complicated. Okay guys, so there you have it. I guess the XM wins 3-1. Evan did like this guy because it was less detailed. So I guess there are people that prefer that. For me personally, I love all the detail. I think a lot of collectors do. But if you're one of those that likes to see a cartoon come to life, maybe this guy is the one for you. So I think what would have made this the perfect Cyclops statue is if they did away with the version B torso completely and just made an alternate screaming portrait that had the Optic Blast, while at the same time keeping the light up function. I think that would have been awesome, and it would have cut down on the price. Okay guys, so what did you think? Leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep this guy or not. I don't know if I need all of these Cyclopses. Maybe you guys can convince me to keep him, but until then, he might be going back in the box. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out and subscribe to my new channel, DT's Geek Show, for more comic book and collectibles content. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.